If no volunteer, then we close the session for today. It means recording this one. Yes, in CCNA2, huh? I think it was starting CCNA3, 98. Mhm. This one is 2024. What is static root? Okay, no one.
Good evening, Mr. Max. Fabian here. Static root is
Yes, sir.
it's a remote network that has been added manually. It's a
Okay,
network that has been added
in a
manually,
routing
yes,
table.
in a routing table
Very good.
dynamically. That is it's the opposite of that.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's all. So a default route is a route that is added in the routing table manually. And what is the command to do that?
The
So the
command
command to do that,
it's a
mhm,
IP route, IP route.
yeah. And how many type of static route do you have?
Category of what, Mr. Max?
How many type of static route we have? How many types of static routes you know about?
We've got Mr. Max is Moscow. We've got four types.
Yeah.
Yeah. The standard, default, uh, floating, and static host routes.
Yeah. That's all. It's even here. Uh, so we have four type of static routes. So we have, it means to add a remote network in a routing table, we have four ways. The first way is the standard way, remote use. Uh, IP route, remote network subnet mask. Via, if you add the next hop IP address, we call it next hop static route. Because sometimes we can ask you, configure a fully specified static route. Then you can ask yourself, what does it mean? If we ask you to configure a fully specified static route, it means it's a standard route, but IP route, remote network, subnet mask, my router exit interface, and the next router hop IP address. It's what you call fully specified static route. I think we have a packet tracer for that now. Let me check here. Not this one. I see this one. Oh, what's that? Also static route, but not this one I wanted. And this one. No. Yeah, so for this packet tracer, for example, and next time we meet, we could do it. So you see here, for example, we can ask you, configure floating static default route. Or let's go to configure a directly connected. So it depend on the name. So according to the name, then you could choose the correct one.
Mr. Max, you promised us that we're gonna do the demo. We didn't do it. Yeah.
Now for the demo, Mr. Max is tired today, but I'll do. But guys, normally you're engineers now, huh? So if we show you this, and if we show you this, normally you should, and you're no longer beginners, you see. And for example, this one I did for other people. Let me check if I can find. If I go to R1 and I tap enable and I tap show run, let me see. Ah, what are these things I configured on this? Let me go back. If I go to Edge router, enable, show run, show run, show run, show run. Yeah, so you see, for example, here you have some route that are configured, even for IPv6. So for example, let's so one I did, it was how much? How many percent? That's 56%, and I asked them to continue. But if you want, I can reset it, and we can try to do a bit. Then you continue. I can't hear. So if I go, for example, in here, no, not here. I go where? Go here. Is it here? No. Where you can see the percentage. Check result. It's what I wanted. Assessment items. Yeah, so you see here, for example, route static routes for IPv4, for IPv6, and the same thing. Okay, let me reset, and so that we could do for 20 minutes. I go to file, where you reset activity. Okay, everything's clean. Yeah, so now I have 0%. So I'm going to zoom in. So anytime you have a case study, take your time to understand the topology. So here, we start always from the router. I have this router that is connected to LAN 1, LAN 2. The same router is connected to ISP 1 and ISP 2. Yeah. So I'm here, I'm in LAN 1, I'm in LAN 2. I'm sure that I need to add these remote networks in each. So let's go back, we read, and we have our title, configure IPv4, IPv6 static route, and default route. So what is default route? I'm going to give you 1 minute to read here. Default static route. In case I don't know where to send you to, I send you to my ISP because, yeah, so we call it. So this is an example of static route. Default route, I mean, yeah, you can read this one and we continue. Okay, so default route is a kind of route. In case I don't know where to send you to, I'll send it to my ISP. So let's see some examples. So you have your title, IPv4 route. You have all this information here. Now objectives, we're going to configure static, default, floating, and all this stuff for IPv4 and IPv6. We'll do half, you continue half. It's what we need to do here. The same thing that is here, we just need to apply this for static route, default static route, floating static route, and static host route. So background, in this activity, you'll configure IPv4, yeah, we know. Part one. The packet, okay, this one you can read. Step one, configure IPv4. On the edge router, configure a directly connected IP default static route. The primary default route should be through ISP1. So here we need to configure a default static route going to S1. It means if I don't know where to help you with, I send you to that ISP there. How to do that? Let me close this thing. So this is a default static route. So IP route 0000.0.0.0 space 0000 next hop IP address or my exit interface. That is for IPv4. For IPv6, this is the way. So let's do that. On the edge router, we go there and we go to ISP1. Edge router. What is that edge router? Let me close this. Edge router is here. I'm here. And I need to configure a default static route going to this guy. So I open my router, enable, conft. Then what should I type now? To configure default static route, you type IP route always. And because it's a default route, 0.0.0.0 space 0.0.0.0. Now, the next hop IP address, ISP1 is here. Let's open it. Before you open, because we need to check the IP address of that ISP1. You go on top, it's ISP1, and you have a serial number connecting to the router. And we see IP. I take it. And then we have a next hop IP. I press enter. Let me check how many percent I have. 6% already. Yeah, so this is an example of part one, step one. On edge router, configure a default static route pointing to ISP1. Now, step two, a floating default route. Floating. Now you go back to your stuff and you check floating is what is a backup route. So you have a normal route that was on top, the first route on top. And the second one is the backup route. In case the first one fails, we have a second one. But for the second one, you need to add a number higher than 1. Usually 5 or 10. You see, administrative distance 5, 10. So we still go to edge router. We go to the edge router. We go to the edge router. Now we need to configure. It's the same thing like this. Now here, it should be the next hop IP address for ISP2. So the first one here is pointing to ISP1. The second one should point to ISP2. Then you check. ISP2 is here. We see the serial. We take it. Next hop. You paste. But now, because it's a backup route, we need to add a number. We say 5. So that if the router sees always 000, you see, I have 2 default route. Then you check if there is a number after. Okay, this one is a backup route. So this is how it works. The backup route, we add another number and we back. We have 12%. So what we did is this one, floating static route, or a backup. So on top is the normal one, and the backup, plan B, is the second one. Same thing for IPv6, so you can check, and then we continue. So this is for backup route or floating static route. We continue. So we are still in part 1. We did step 1. We did step 2. Now we go to part 2. We do the same thing now for IPv6. Configure IPv6 start default route. On edge router again, configure a next hop static default route. The primary should be also ISP1. So now we need to check for IPv6 how we configure. So this is how it is. So I copy it. I go to my edge router. We are in part 2. We say edge router. So I go to edge router. This time I type this. Oh, 0 here. Oh no, let me delete everything. What did I copy? /0. I paste. But why is it always showing that 0 there? Yeah, that one. Okay. Okay, let me type everything. 0. Yeah. So this is the IP. Now the next hop IP, we say ISP1. The same thing I did for IPv4, I go for IP. So I go to ISP1. I go on top. ISP1 is here. Serial. router to router, and this is IP. I copy because I'm dealing with IPv6, and I paste. This is how we do for IPv4, IPv6. On top here is default route for IPv4. Here, default route IPv6. We continue. We are in part 2. We're in part 2 here. Configure IPv6 default static route. We did. Now we're going to configure also the floating. Going to ISP2, and we add 5 address back. So we go on top, we go to ISP2, is here. We take this, we copy, we go to ISP1, we add the same thing here that we delete here. We put for ISP2, and we add a number 5 to say that it's a backup route. So this is an example for IPv4 and IPv6. So check 1 minute and we continue. Okay, so now that you know to configure a normal default route for IPv4, IPv6, and a backup one, we continue. What else we need to do? So we have 18%. We continue. We did part 2. Now part 3. Configure IPv4. Okay. Step 1. On ISP1, configure next hop IP static route to LAN 1. Then on ISP1, next hop LAN 2 via edge router. What does it mean? I'm now in ISP1, and I want to add this one and this one inside. So I open ISP1, enable, const IP route, the remote networks. So it's 10.16/28. So let us do it here. 192.168.10.16/28. Now that /28, we need to convert in decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. This one is 255. 255. Oh, here is 55. Now here, you take your calculator, as we did in CCNA1, 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16, 240. So this one, it will seem like 255. So I copy this, copy. Then on this router, I'm in ISP1. I want to add this one in, /28. So I open it, IP route, remote network, and its subnet mask via edge router IP address. So I go to edge router. S00 is facing, I take this one. If you don't know which one is S00, S01, you go to options, preference, always show port label. You check it, always show port label, you close. Then you see that it's S00 indeed. I go back to my SP1, IP route, remote network for LAN 1, its subnet mask, and the next hop IP for router 1 is this. You press enter. I also do the same thing for LAN 2. LAN 2. LAN 2 is 11.30/27. 11.32. /27. Then that /27, I put it here. And I take everything, in fact, everything here. Oh, sorry. Copy. I put everything here. I remove, sorry, here we say /27. It means I remove one here. I remove here. I take my calculator. I remove. So it will be 128 plus 64 plus 32. 224. So it's this one. /27 or 255.255.255.224. So this one is same like this one. I copy. I'm here. I tap also the same thing. IP route, remote network 192.168.11.32. Subnet mask 255.255.224. Via next hop of the router. Yeah. So this one, what does it mean? I'm in ISP1 and I want to add two remote network. The first one is LAN 1. So IP route, LAN 1 network, /28, you convert via the edge router IP. The second one, IP route, we are LAN2/27. This is it. Via also ISP, the edge router. We have the edge router. So we are here. This is ISP1. And we want to add LAN1 in and LAN2 in for IPv4 here. It's what we did. So to date, how much we got? We got 31%. We could scroll down. We go to check results. So for now, we have a lot of greens, fine. We scroll down. We're in part 3. ISP1, I add LAN1. ISP1, I added LAN2. I go to step 2. On ISP1, configure directly connecting floating route via ISP2. Okay, this one you must read properly. It's quite confusing. Let me read. Okay. Let me copy. Then I put clearly down here. Okay. Here we say on ISP1 floating static route. So we know that it's IP route. Floating static route is always like that. I directly connected the floating static route ISP1, so IP route. We didn't set default static route. So on in part 1, it was floating static default route. That's why it was 0000. It's a floating. Which one is a floating default? But the normal one, we say normal, what is it? No, it's not this one. Configure a directly connected floating static route to LAN1. So IP route, we go to LAN1. That we did here. It's for LAN1. IP route, this will LAN1, yes. Via ISP2. Use 5 via ISP2. So where is ISP2? I'm here in ISP1 and I need to go via ISP2. Via ISP2. Here is G00. Next hop. Let's try that. Next hop. A bit confusing. This one must be ISP2 G00 is this one. So we have 31%. Let's check if it will work. We put it here. Let me copy and go paste. And we say 5. 5. I press enter. No error message. How much we got? We get 37%. Yeah. So this is what we do. Now B, this one was A, this one is B. On ISP1, configure directly connected to now LAN 2 via ISP2. So this ISP2, we copy IP route. If you want to well organized, you know what to do, where to go, it's nice. But if you don't know, you get confused, you'll mess up everything. You see, LAN 2, and we say also via next. So on ISP1, configure a directly connecting floating static route to LAN 2. This is LAN 2. So IP route, this is LAN 2 and subnet mask via ISP2 router. So next hop IP, this is for ISP2, next hop IP, G00. I copy everything. I go here. So when I say I'm here and I'm adding LAN 1 and LAN 2 in via this router. This one is the primary route, the main one. But in case this one fails, we need a backup. We're going to add these two in here via here. You see, it's what we are doing. Copy, we paste, and we press enter. And you see, because it's a backup, we need to add another number 5. You see. So on top here is the normal static route via edge router. But in case edge router fails, we need a plan B. Plan B will go via ISP2. And it was we did. And because it's a backup, we need to add another number here. Press enter. We got 37%. Now, how many percent? 43%. Now we have 43%. So step by step, we'll be there. So we are in part 3. We did add IPv4 on ISP1. We did on ISP1 again, backup of floating route. We did. Now, the same thing we did for IPv4, we do for IPv6. On ISP1, configure the same thing now for IPv6. We copy. We come down here. Here's C. Here's D. For IPv6, the same thing we did. So it will be what? IPv6 route. Now we use for LAN 1, IPv6. What is LAN 1? Oh, we go to a picture. Okay, LAN 1 is, I'm going to copy. LAN 1. Okay. And IP address subnet mask via the edge router, IPv6. So I go to the edge router, and the edge router S01. This is the IP address I copy. It's good to use the same way I'm doing so that if you need to change, you can change easily. This one. I copy it. I go to ISP1 again and I add. I press enter. So on ISP1, we are adding LAN 1 and LAN 2. We did for IPv4, LAN 1, LAN 2. Here, what we're doing now, we're adding LAN 1, LAN 2, now with IPv6, the same thing. So IPv6 route, remote network for LAN 1, IPv6, via edge router IP. Now for LAN 2, we're going to do for LAN 2. This one was for LAN 1. We copy it. We go down. IP route via edge. Now we need to check for IP for LAN 2. This one for LAN 1. We need to add for LAN 2. We come here. We take the IP for LAN 2. Then I delete, I add for LAN 2. So IP route, remote network for LAN 2 /24, we keep it, you see, via next hop, that is edge router. I copy everything. I'm in ISP1. So what I'm doing, I'm still adding LAN 1 and LAN 2. Now I'm doing for IPv6 in this router. We did for IPv4, we do for IPv6. We add them. After that, we're going to use the backup. We add these two in here, backup via ISP2. That's all. So I come here. This one's for, I did add for LAN 1 via edge router. Now I'm adding LAN 2 via also the same edge router. I press enter. So how much we get? 56%. We scroll down. We're in part 4. On ISP1, IPv6 to LAN 1, IPv6 to LAN 2, we did. Now we do the same thing, a backup route for IPv6, backup route. So what we do, the same thing we did. Now we're going to configure backup route. So here, the normal route, I take it, I put it here. So IP route, LAN 1 route. Now I need to add the backup route via ISP2. We say what? In case, because we started adding these two via this router, edge router. What if this edge router fails? I need a plan B. So I need to still reach this guy via ISP2. So I need to add ISP2 remote network now via ISP2. So G00. I go G00. I go to ISP2. G00. This is the IPv6. Copy. So via IP. So IP route remote network for LAN 1 via ISP2 address. Now, because it's a backup, I need 5 to add another number higher than 1, 5. So the same thing I did here, I'll do the same thing for LAN 2. IP route, I need to add LAN 2 here via ISP2, and I add a number that is higher. So I need to add here for ISP2. So I go to a picture, I copy this, delete. and I put for LAN 2. So IP route, I add LAN 2 via this time ISP2. And because it's a backup, a floating, I add a number that is higher than 0 or 1. Yeah, I put, and in the question, we see 5. So I copy both floating static route for both LAN 1 and LAN 2. I'm still on ISP1 and I paste for both. So before, how much we had? 56. If we add these two, no error mistake. From 56, let's check 68. Down here now. 8. You must be very well organized. Understand what you're doing, what is static route, the 4 types, and how it works. We are done for pass 4. Step 1 is by the normal route via edge router. Step 2 is the backup, the floating route via ISP2. Oh, guys, I'm tired. Huh? Okay, I'll continue. Part 5, configure host route. Use okay, host route is on edge router. Let me copy this. I copy both. I come here. On edge router, configure IPv4 directly connected host route to the customer server. So what is host route? It's a static route, but this time everything is 255. So this is an example. Read that and we continue. So it's the same thing, IP route, where I'm going to. This one is a PC this time, or a server. All 255s via my exit interface or via my next hop interface. So IP route, this time is not a remote network, it's a remote host, only one PC. That's why it says static host, a PC, a device only. IP route, the IP address of that host or that PC or that server, all 255s via my next hop IP. So we come here. The question is what? On the edge router, configure IPv4 directly host to the customer server. Customer server. Edge router, I'm here. This is the customer server. So I can go via ISP1 or I can go via ISP2. So what do they say? On edge router, configure customer server. Okay. So here I type what? IP route. This time, the IP address of that guy. The IP address of that guy. This one is not IP route remote network. IP route only a PC. because it's a static host route. All 255. You see, 255, 255, 255, 255 via my next hop. So if I go via ISP1, I can take this one. Via ISP1. I can do the same thing for a backup route via ISP2. I copy the same thing. A floating one or a backup route, the same thing. IP route, the PC address, all 255. Now, if I go via ISP2, I'm here. I want to go to here only. I can go via ISP1 or plan B via ISP2. So I go to ISP2, ISP2, and this is IP address, ISP2. Oh, sorry. ISP2. I put here via ISP2, and because it's a backup, I add 5 at the end. So I'm going to copy. And then I'm here. How much we had before? Are we still together? Let me see. It's very okay. We are still together. It's fine. It's recording also. And before that, how much we have? We have 68. Let's add enable const, and we add. Which one is a static host route, a PC only. Oh, I hope it's going to take. Okay, no error message. Fine. From 68, how much we have? 81. 81%. So if it's well documented, step by step, you know what to do, where to go, it's nice. Else, you get confused and I go down. So in part 5, configure host route. I did the normal way via ISP1. Part B is a backup or a floating static route. The same thing we did for IPv4, we do for IPv6. So I go to this PC. Now I'm going to take the here. I go to my file, IPv6 root. I add that PC. Now I go to my summary. I see how it's done. IPv6 root. IPv6 is /128. /128. So here /128 via ISP1. ISP1. If I go via ISP1, this is the IP address. I copy. Via ISP1. Now I'm going to do the same thing for a backup. If I go via ISP2, now this one I delete. I go via ISP2. I go to my table. ISP2 is here. It's ISP2. This one is via ISP2. And because it's a backup, I add another number 5. Okay. Then I copy. I go to the edge router, paste, press enter, enter, no error message. How many percent we have? 93%. 93%. So normally we are done, huh? 93%. Normally we should got 100%, but 93. We go to check result. Where is it? 93%. I close it here. Where we missed IPv6 static root somewhere. There is one we missed somewhere. IPv6 static root on edge root. Okay. We missed something simple somewhere. Not this one. So IPv6 root, yeah. This time there is no so there is no number at the back. Okay, so this time there is no number at the back here. There is no number. So I'm going to copy again. So for IPv6 there is no number at this time. So I go back. I go to edge router. I paste. And let's go and check. Normally you should have now 100%. 93, it's not yet. Do copy run start. How much we get? 93. So normally we should get 100%. The thing we messed up is we added F5 before. So we need to go and remove it. So we tap show IP route. Exit. Show run. And we check. Okay. Normally everything is nicely done here. Yeah. Okay, anyway, we got to 93%. So you understand now how it works? Yeah. So these are the config we needed. Okay, that's all, guys. This is how we use this IP static root stuff. Any questions? Then else tomorrow I'll send you the recording. You can watch again, and yeah, that's all. Any questions before we end?
Sorry, Mr. Max. I think you're gonna send us the recording, but I just wanna know when will be the next lab. It's only when we start CCNA3 or from this.
It's up to you guys. It's up to you. You decide. Because if you want to join the IT system, the big team like we do, it's 80 rand. But as you know, I need to help everyone. I need to share the time. But if you want you only full attention for 7 hours, then we have to do the same thing that we did last time. You decide between yourself. When you get the money, you tell me, Mr. Max, please book for that date. I think for August, it's too late. It should be between the 12th, 19th, and 26th of September. You can choose any Saturday. If you want, you can choose with 12 Saturday with 12. If you confirm that the money will be ready for that, as you know, I can book, pay with 1.8. And when we meet Saturday with 12 in 1 month's time, 4 weeks' time, you refund me my 1.8. Up to you decide between yourself. Else, if you want to join the big team where I share the time with everyone, it's 80 rand, then it's up to you. So what do we decide? Because we're booking, we need to make minimum 2 or 3 weeks in advance. Because people are booking. So that we focus
Um,
7 hours or 8 hours fully for you guys.
yeah, Mr. Maxwell, on that one, we'll come back to you. Let's discuss with the engineers aside, and then we'll come back
No
to you.
problem.
Mm.
No problem. Me, I'm free. I'm available anytime. I'm available anytime.
So, Mr. Max, for me, I think all the engineers they are here, so we can do more practice. So because I think in 1 month time, so we will finish this CCNA 3. Because as you said that in on the 30th of September, so and we that time we will finish. So for me, practicals is more is very important for this time. So we need to do that a lot.
Yeah, discuss between yourself. Especially this recording, watch it again because for your
Yes.
are you no longer doing practical exam for CCNA2? Okay. So then it's fine. Then you don't need that. So this lab that we did, just use it for yourself because you won't do exam for packet tracer. Yeah. So then then there is no problem.
Hey, for this
So my
level, so
suggestion for you guys, yeah, it's up to you guys. Also discuss between yourselves. But for August, it's late because it's already 2 weeks. I'm sure we are already booked with guys. It should be somewhere in from somewhere from here. So if you meet for 7 hours, I'm sure that normally this lab you can do it yourself. You guys, I'll put the video, and also this one, my file that I did here. So I'll explain what I'm doing. You'll follow up step by step, and then finish. Then for CCNA 3, maybe after chapter 3 or 4, we can also meet to do. I'm finding for you. So CCNA 3. Normally, always is after chapter 3 or 4. Always things. Then we can sit and I think always is after chapter 3 or 4. So we can sit for 7 hours or 8 hours. We start 9 to 4 p.m. We do step by step. You clear it. So always thing I'll do a demo online like I did here. You watch, you practice, and when we meet, the general revision. Don't wait for the last day when we meet. Then no, practice yourself. The same thing I did now, 1 hour. You can also do the same thing. At least you have a video, and please remind me to send you also this. I'm going to explain step by step what I do. You can copy paste. If I manage to do, you too you can do. You show yourself that I read, then I come back to my stuff. I check how it's done, and so it's good yourself to practice. Then when we meet to do revision, it's much easier. It goes quicker. So we did that in 1 hour. We got 93%. So it's up to you guys and decide. Me, I'm free anytime. Yeah, decide and you let me know.
Mr.
Okay,
Max,
thank you so much,
this
guys.
lab we can do
Yes,
it all also in a normal life. If it asks to do in
yes,
route,
yes, yes.
only the way
This
you
one,
did
yeah,
here.
yeah. So let's say you're in we are here in Cape Town. and you have an office in Pretoria and another office in Durban, you created, let's say, new offices, and you need to add them to these routers. We do them. The good news is this one, when you do it once, it's for life, it's finished. You do it once and it's finished. Then you monitor to make sure that everything's working nicely, no one has issues. So we don't do every day, every day, every day. No, no, no. We do it once. When everything's well done, it's finished.
But
Unless you
what
have,
is the difference with that ad you sent us in your old videos? Because that demo you show us, we follow the video, the record that you sent us, I think 2 weeks time, your old said there's a difference the way you configure there in this one.
no, we are all the same thing. So maybe it's another lab, but we are always same thing. You need exactly to do what is here. These 4 configurations on this router. If you do these 4, you get all your points on edge router. Now, if you go to the ISP router, enable, show run, you see also this adding LAN 1. It's the same thing, like mathematics. 1 plus 1 is 2 for life. It's the same thing. If a system that is marking doesn't see that, it wants to give you a point. All the best guys, you want to be engineers. That's the way it is. That's why these guys, they are very well paid. And this thing we don't do every time. You do it once, and you just need to follow up to make sure everything's always running. It's fine. People are not complaining. Something is not messed up. The connectivity is up and running. You see.
So, Mr. Maxi, sorry, on this one, do we ping only PC A and B to get to make sure that the connectivity is well secured?
So after doing everything, they should be able to ping the customer, guys. So let's see. So PCA, I come here, ping the customer. It should work. So it takes a bit of time for the packet to travel. Yes, it's now. So if you can ping, then it means everything is okay. We didn't get the 100% because we messed up. We add the 5. Now we need to clear and do again, but I can do that a bit later. But at least you know, you at least show you. Because from here, this router, he knows only this network, but doesn't know anything related to here. So that's why we did add on this. We did add everything. Here also we added and backup and to make sure that yeah, everything about practicing, understanding first what is static root, what are the different types, how to configure each types, and that's all. It takes time. It's not only in one day. It takes by practicing. At least you guys, you have
Yeah,
videos nowadays. In our time, we didn't have videos. Huh? You buy your books, you go study your own, and then you can write the exam. You can write the exam. Now they have YouTube. YouTube started 2006. Me, I did mine 2004. So we didn't have YouTube. Google was starting 2005 also. We didn't have Google at that time. It was only surfing, check information, but no, yeah. Yeah, just watch the video, practice, and that's the most difficult for CCNA2, static root. At least you don't have the exam for that, so that's good. But, any other questions before we close?
Yeah, Mr. Max, I was asking last time, you say the IP address between the two network, you say we buy it. We can't create it.
If you're a company and you need to go to internet, uh, normally your ISP will say, okay, you know what, Mr. Willie, you came to us to get your internet because I'm an internet service provider. This is how we're going to work. This is the IP address we give you, the public IP address we give you. They say we give you, but the cost is included in the package. You have to repay me every month. What you want, you must have internet. That's your problem. I need my people to get internet. Me, I'm your internet service provider. I say, okay, Engineer Willie, for your company to work, to go access to internet, you just pay me, let's say 2,000 per month, you see. And anything in the background for me to come and install my equipment, what, it's my responsibility. You pay me only, you have access. Now, in case you want more public IP addresses, you come to me, we discuss, you say, okay, I can charge you 2 extra 1,000 per month. And this is a public IP you can use if you want to do your own stuff. So don't bother too much with this thing because everything is included in the package. For example, me, I'm using Rain. I don't care what IP they give me. Rain, I need to go to internet. How much I pay you? Pay me 1,000 Rand. I pay you 1,000 Rand. I want to go to internet. So check here. IP config space /all. And because I'm at home, I'm using Wi-Fi. I go to this adapter, Wi-Fi network interface card. And this is my IPv4. It's private. It's private. Normally, I cannot use this one to go to internet. But my ISP is providing me, is changing this IP for me. It's what we're going to do in CCNA3. How to change a private that cannot go to internet to a public. I pay you, my ISP, to help me for that. So we do that. You, Willie, if you work for Rain for a ISP, then you have to do everything we are doing. Then you should know what we call network address translations. That's why all we say it depends on which company you're working for. What is it? It's on CCNA3 in network address translation. If you work for Vodacom, MTN, all these guys, hey, then this is your daily task because you are there to help client, customers, ISP, IP addresses, troubleshooting. You see?
Yes, it comes with interface gift gateway, that G001. It comes with that all.
My brother will train you. If you tell them that you did CCNA, we assume that you understand. Then we'll train you on the product and how it works according to them. But we'll train you for maybe a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we are doing is just some test, some example. What we're doing, you must understand how things works. You see. You see. Then according to the company, we say, okay, for us, this is how we do our things. But at least you know how things work. You know, for example, how to do static IP addresses. Your manager can say, okay, you know what, really, this is the client router, and he want to access a remote website, he cannot add this remote network in its router. Then you study CCNA to add a remote network. I can do static one, IP route, remote network, blah, 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 network and subnet mask via. We can call you, hi guys, I want to access that remote network. It's blocked. Can you please assist? You log on the router, you ping, you check. Say, okay. this remote network is not part of his routing table. Let us add for him. Then you add, then the client could access. Yes. Okay, let's stop here for today. And please remind me tomorrow to send you a video. Afternoon and not in morning, because morning I need to organize. Then also this file, the same thing, the questions. For example, I'll say this one, this config is the what question A. The same thing. Maybe I'll copy paste this one, and I do this the answer. What you need to type, or B here. This is the answer. What you need to type, and you can copy paste. You check, you copy paste. It's like here, A. This is the question. This is the answer. Question B. This is the question. This is the answer. You see. So I'll send you also this one. You can remind me, and you copy paste, and you'll see that you'll be fine. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for today. I wish you a good Papa. Good evening, and I'll send you all these things tomorrow. No?
Okay.
See you on Thursday. Don't forget to discuss between yourself. Huh?